Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my production journal. So what is this? I'm making a short film about the journey of an asteroid. And the reason I'm making this film is because I want to improve my skills as a visual effects artist. The short film is best described as the opening to a cool science fiction movie. My schedule for this project, if everything goes according to plan, the film will be done by April 7th. And hopefully by the end, the result will be something that you guys can watch, like a short 3-minute science fiction short film with a lot of cool CGI and visual effects. Hey, what's up guys? I can finally say that this film is finished. A lot of stuff has happened in between the time I started this film and now. So I want to talk a little bit about why it took so long, what I learned along the way, and if I accomplished the goals that I originally set out to achieve when I started this project. So here's a brief overview of what's happened since the time I started working on this film. I landed my first motion graphics job, visual effects job, started working on Nickelodeon shows, moved into my first apartment, moved into my second apartment, which is this current one. I took 2 map painting courses, one on Noman's campus and one on Learn Squared, which is a really awesome online website where you can take digital art classes, and I highly recommend it for anybody who wants to get into visual effects or just digital art in general. One of the most beneficial skills I learned while making the short film was map painting, and what that is photo bashing, or taking a bunch of images from different places and sources and combining them to create your own environment in 2D space usually. And the idea is that it's so far off in the distance that you can't tell that it's 2D. It doesn't have to necessarily be 3-dimensional like everything else in your scene. And this is a very common technique that's used in film and video games. So where it came in handy for me is during the Mars sequence, when the rover is going towards the asteroid in that low, wide shot where the foreground is all 3D. It's all Cinema 4D. The rover is my model and texture and everything. And then once you get past this rock, then it all becomes a 2D map painting, which was created in Photoshop. And I grabbed rocks, actual rocks from Mars as photo textures, and some other things, and you combine them all to create something new out of it. And it's this combination of 2D and 3D that really sells the effect and makes it look convincing. So now I'm going to go over the goals I had for this project and just kind of recap to see if I hit them. So my first goal was to become a better VFX artist, and more specifically to learn new skills. So I learned how to do matte painting. I learned how to do some 3D modeling. That's the first time I ever did a real hard surface model like the rover before, and textured it from start to finish. So I learned a lot about Octane and Cinema 4D. Yeah, I think I would say that I hit those goals. My other goal was to have something that I could pretty much use as a demo reel and basically showcase my skills so that I can get a job. So I can work on movies, so I can work on dream projects. And I think the skills that I learned throughout this project will really help me with those things. What's kind of interesting is that this project started out intending to be more of a live action film actually, and I thought the VFX was kind of just going to supplement that, but then as time went on, I guess I just became more interested in CGI, because it kind of went from being mostly live action to mostly CG, and with just like 1 or 2 live action scenes near the end. It's kind of like this project has a life of its own. And like these things, they never end up exactly how you expect them to, which is kind of cool. That's all part of the journey of, being an artist and exploring and growing. And now that this project is finished, there's already things where I know that I want to improve on. Going through the process of making this film has sort of made me stronger in some areas, and it's made me figure out where I want to keep strengthening those skills. What I want to get into next is character design. Because this film, it just had an asteroid and a dog, and next time I want to do something that has more characters in it. I want to do something with a more complex narrative. I wanted to keep the idea simple on this one actually, so that I could focus on these things, creating some really cool visuals. But next time, now that I feel like I've gotten better at all these things, for the next time I want to focus more on the narrative and more on the story, and I want to basically combine these two things, and I want to combine the cool visuals that I've figured out how to do now with a compelling story next time. And actually, I think it freed me a little bit to keep the story extremely simple on this one. Because I didn't have to worry about the story so much, I could improve so much more on my other goals and just becoming a better artist all around. The goal, I guess, is to create something that marries the two. So I want to do character design, I want to make a more complex narrative. What else do I want to do? Modeling the Mars rover has actually got me really interested in hard surface modeling. Like making robots and, you know, cars and things that I can't draw. Lots of things that I can't draw. So anyways, that's just a little bit of insight into my own personal reflection on my work, things that I achieved, things that I want to improve on, and I hope that it's helpful for you guys. If any of you go out and make your own short film, you can already have this knowledge, and hopefully it helps you in sort of figuring out what your own goals are and what you want to do. That's it. Journey of an Asteroid will be dropping in early February here on my YouTube channel, then shortly after that on Vimeo, and shortly after that my website, along with some breakdowns and behind the scenes. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.